Hey there. We're going to get some messages. We're going to call in the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our energy so that we may receive divine guidance for our highest and greatest good. And so it is, and so it will be. That's it. Judgment. Wow, maybe a bit of transformation here. Maybe a bit of self-evaluation here. Maybe someone's having to look at what they've invested their energy into. Maybe it's time to reap a harvest of some kind. Maybe not. I don't know that they really like what they're harvesting. I don't really like what they've created. I feel like someone's feeling like everything's kind of fallen apart emotionally and physically. I feel like there's a bit of like things not playing out as expected. Yeah, I feel like Queen of Wands energy is also here and a Page of Swords. So there could be, you know, something going on with, this could be for a fire sign or with a fire sign. Maybe they thought this was super passionate and maybe the passion's gone. Page of Swords, there could be like looking into things, watching, seeing things play out, maybe hearing some sort of information or seeing something. This could be a contract too. This could have been like investing in a contract with someone else, with somebody, a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. I feel like there's been a bit of like a letdown here. I feel like someone is not happy with, again, what they've invested their time and energy into. Okay. It could be looking around. Got the Strength card, High Priestess card, Sun card. So someone is watching somebody else. And I'm getting like maybe there's information, hidden information being revealed via this light bearer, this positive vitality, this beautiful soul. I'm getting very beautiful soul energy. So I feel like maybe there's a bit of like missing someone's energy, missing somebody, watching somebody from afar is also what I'm getting, like watching from afar, watching information, wisdom, knowledge, something that somebody does. There is this like hidden secret here. There's very much, again, more fire sign energy, Leo specifically. Yeah, it's kind of like people are watching from afar in some way, shape, or form. It could be this past energy here or who they're possibly in contact with. Yeah, there's energy that's observing the collective from afar. Whether you guys have like channels of your own or what, but or people are trying to like get information on you. Maybe you keep your personal life hidden. You're very protected. You're very guarded. Not everybody has access to you is also what I'm getting. You're very protected in the spiritual and physical realm. I'm getting like, you know, it's like, it kind of reminds me of, was it the David and Goliath, where David is like resting with lions. It's like a lion recognizes another lion, okay? They understand what it takes to be a lion, right? Especially in the earthly realm. So, you know, there's a lot of things that someone taps into so that they may share it. Like, you know, the sun brightens all things it touches. And so I'm getting like there's a bit of that. Okay, so this would be you shine bright like a diamond. There's recognition of that. Okay. Okay, so if someone is like really feeling the loss of something. I feel like when you left, all the light went with you, okay? All the light went with you. Okay. Oof. What's this? Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. All right, so I feel like there's something, it's almost like there's something coming in that is going to really like build something up that you have been already kind of investing your time into. I feel like there's also like, again, watching from afar, or you're creating something, or somebody might want to create something with you. There's a bit of like influencer energy. It could be information, it could be news, it could be like a spark of creativity. Okay, I feel like there is this energy kind of realizing like, oh, like, wow, like maybe I should have put the work in here. Maybe I should have made an effort here. But I feel like, you know, there's an energy of like, the motorcycle represents a bit of like in and out energy. So I'm getting like, you know, there might have been like this energy that kind of it's like fleeting. Okay, it's like they stay to kind of like fill their own cup and then they're off again, is also what I'm getting. They're not necessarily willing to put the hard work in. Maybe they leave things unfinished, unbalanced, so that they can return back. I'm getting like somebody may not have given you the truth or the closure because they wanted to return back, is what I'm getting. But I'm also receiving information that like you're no longer the same person you used to be, and so you are no longer caged, controlled, manipulated by this person. I'm getting like they may do like emotional manipulation, like a gaslighter, a love bomber. You've freed yourself from the situation here, where I feel like this energy may feel like they're still a bit stuck in the muck, like out in the cold, abandoned. You know, maybe there's an abandonment wound here that might have been something you healed from through your process. So we'll get more information. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. All right, Seven of Pentacles. I have something in my, sorry. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. The Moon. I feel like somebody invested in quite a bit, and you know, maybe there's things coming out in the physical now as it relates to their own subconscious mind. All right, there's illusions here. There's like these false narratives here. Okay. Eight of Cups. There was a need to walk away from something because it was extremely wounding. It may have triggered healing in an area where you needed it in order to move on. Maybe you held on to something, people, places, and things as it relates to an abandonment wound. And I feel like what was illuminated to you as far as your subconscious is that this wasn't serving you, and you had to choose you in the process. Something ended, okay? That wasn't in your highest and greatest good. And so this is like that soul calling, that going on a journey, a healing journey, a spiritual journey. It's like seeking something, you know, from a higher perspective, something of deeper meaning. Depth with the cups, going straight into the ocean, like seeking depth. Maybe there was a lot of shallowness going on where you were with whoever, whatever. Could be at work, like people could just be shallow and shady, and you know, maybe you're like, this isn't for me. Like, this is highlighting something for me that I want to invest my energy elsewhere and have it be more aligned with my soul and provide more depth to my earthly experience. All right, so there's a bit of that. Yeah, look at King of Pentacles here. Yeah, and then we have the Four of Wands. So there's someone that you're meant to like co-create with. They're going to help you on your path, vice versa. I feel like there's a lot of stability and security here. This could be something that you're building yourself as the King of Pentacles, you know, establishing a new foundation, maybe letting something crumble that wasn't serving just to rebuild better. I'm getting that, but I am also getting like there's an energy here that kind of you're attracting. Nine of Cups. Like I said, you're attracting. You're in this vibrational energy. You're in this loving vibrational energy, and you're enjoying life and all of its fruits. All right, this is your wishes and dreams coming true. And then there's this energy that, you know, thinks that what they've done to you will affect your future. I feel like this is someone who's stuck in their ego and pride and acting from a wounded place against somebody who's not interested, moved on even. I feel like they watch and stalk you. I feel like there's, like I said, I was picking up observation. I'm like, what are they observing? And then it's like you, the Nine of Cups. Someone who is extremely abundant in their own right. But it's not abundant in like a financial sense. It's abundant in like this kind of sense, okay? Your wishes and dreams are coming true. Don't let the past come back to haunt you. I feel like you've made peace with the past is what I'm getting. And I feel like somebody's still trying to figure that out. How to make peace with themselves, their soul. There's an unsettled soul here is what I'm getting. And as a result of this unsettled soul, this soul feels very, you know, in their lack, okay? Feeling like, you know, deep down at the foundational level, there's something missing. And it's as a result of a wound. And it keeps festering and being created, okay? So there's a need to figure out, like, why, what needs to be settled, okay? All right, something needs to be, like, looked into, explored to settle, okay? Because there's, like, there's a wounded soul here, okay? They're operating from a place of animal instinct, survival. So they're in, like, survival mode. And so what they're thinking about is manifesting in their physical, and it's creating an imbalance. And so this is why I'm being called to speak about this unsettled soul. Yeah, look, Five of Cups. All right, there are relationships and experiences that are currently unresolved that could benefit from being resolved, whether it's through therapy or some sort of professional assistance. I'm not a doctor, I'm not claiming to be one, but I'm saying, like, sometimes, you know, we're so involved in our own emotional experiences that it's hard to see things from a higher perspective. And sometimes, you know, there's a benefit to gaining a higher perspective with the High Priestess and the Five of Cups. So it's like understanding, like, okay, like, why didn't, like, someone's in the energy of, like, why isn't anything working out? Why is everybody ganging up on me? Why is nothing I want ever come true? Or why does nothing work out? Like, there's this woe is me, because I have Five of Swords and Five of Cups. Okay? This is like double whammy here. So something in your internal universe is affecting your physical and emotional universe. And so it's like, let's zoom out to see what those things are. Because otherwise they're just going to keep on repeating. Okay? Yeah, and then we have a King of Wands. I feel like there's a King of Wands, okay, who is very much interested in this Queen of Wands. They recognize, okay? There's an energy that recognizes. I feel like this is also being in your, like, purpose, your passion, going after what you want, being a leader, not a follower. Okay, so I feel like somebody could have very much been a follower in a situation or situations in life because they care what people say or think about them. And so it has something to do with their ego. All right, so yeah, I feel like there's a new perspective being gained here. There's a need to kind of take a deeper dive and kind of see things from a place of, like, zooming out, right? I was like, we got to zoom out so we can zoom in. So there's a bit of that. I have a Six of Pentacles. So that talks about balance being restored. I feel like someone may be sharing some sort of information about maybe what was going on behind the scenes. Someone was giving to others, entertaining many while maybe you lived with them, and that's why they weren't putting the work in. They were putting work in outside of your dynamic. Or this could be somebody working for somebody else on the side, but so it could be a bit of I am getting a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It can also be represented as like juggling jobs or juggling professions or looking for something different than what you're currently experiencing. There's, maybe there's a lifestyle switch or something like that. So this also could be like obsession. This can also be like someone's obsession is affecting their physical reality. Maybe even their finances, maybe their job. So maybe somebody messing around at work has affected their ability to earn money. And so that could result in like a job loss or something to that effect. Or somebody was doing something at work they weren't supposed to be doing. Because I do have judgment here. And I do have something as it relates to like a family dynamic, happiness, joy. I feel like somebody's going to possibly, I feel like someone's judgment, okay, is going to be watching from afar someone else be happy with somebody else. It's kind of like if you want to watch and stalk this person, you're going to watch them have the best life possible. I'm getting that. So, yeah, Page of Cups. I feel like there's this you remaining optimistic regardless of like the obstacles ahead. Or maybe there was someone who created or participated in creating some sort of challenge, right? That maybe you didn't necessarily see coming that they wanted for you. There's like this investing and paying money into something to create some sort of drama, competition, complications, chaos, okay? So someone's being held accountable for that. And this can also be you like overcoming like whatever's on your path and like go team, okay? Go team. But I am getting it's like Knight of Wands, King of Cups, like somebody was playing around. And I feel like they played around with the wrong one. Yeah, look at playing around with the wrong one. Somebody was a player, okay, while they were pretending to be with you, okay? So it is what it is. I feel like they called something else into their own reality. They're going to have to deal with it. This is a representation of their own mindset, okay? Their subconscious. It's being represented in their physical reality. Okay? So someone has some things that they are attached to in this physical experience that they're being, that they're needing to release and move on from. So there's like a calling for them to do this inner work, right? Because what they've been doing has really been causing disruptions for them. And as a result of it causing disruptions for them, it affects anyone that they're around. Okay, so, it's kind of like taking this dark cloud with you everywhere you go and still choosing not to observe that there's a dark cloud, right? You're responsible for your own cloud, your own energy, in other words, right? Here's that Hanged Man, all right? Having to go within and do this introspection, surrendering something, sacrificing something, maybe there was an attempt to sacrifice somebody or someone self-sacrificed. Okay, there's a bit of that. Magician in the reverse. So yeah, someone tried to sacrifice somebody or sacrifice someone's reputation or what they do or try to change some sort of narrative in how people see somebody, maybe for what they do, like saying that they're doing this and they're creating ill will or they're wishing ill will or they're abusing power. But what I'm getting is the one who's saying this is the one doing it. Okay, I'm getting that. Yeah, and they work with others to do it too. 5 of Cups against a high priest or high priestess. Maybe somebody went and paid money to create some sort of demise for somebody, some sort of suffering. And they're all kind of maybe feeling the effects now of this. All right, I feel like whatever they casted your way is being returned. Ace of Wands. That's the divine. This is divine intervention here in Ace of Wands. I feel like whatever this energy is used to create from. Like the energy you put out, you receive back. So you have to be a vibrational match to it. Or you can literally alchemize it. Yeah, I just saw that Ace of Swords. Okay, Three of Wands. It's like dreaming, manifesting, considering what you're looking to create. You could be moving on, okay, towards some goals that you have set for yourself. Like it could be time to go or time to change or new direction or some sort of decision, right? There could have been some like wishes and dreams that you put out there. I feel like these miracles might be coming true for you. They're on their way. It's like seeing things from a different point of view, a higher point of view even. Okay, because you have the higher point of view, you see things that you maybe weren't able to see before. This is like raising your consciousness here. It's a higher consciousness, higher awareness. There very much could be someone that you have a kinship with, a friendship, that might be bringing in something for you to work on with one another. I'm getting like creative energy and I'm getting like collaboration here. So we'll see what this is. This could be like new career, new fun project, or you developing your gifts, your spiritual abilities, joining a community. You can join ours. Hermit, you can work on receiving higher guidance and wisdom. I'm getting like, yeah, there's this like needing to, we got Virgo here. There could be an energy that watches you from afar in some way, shape, or form. Maybe like a social media platform or something like that. I think they may just kind of have like this, you know, friendship vibe. They may feel like you have some sort of mission in common even. Let's see what this is. They could be a spiritual teacher or wise one. Someone that has a craft, ability. Someone who is very in touch with their, like their element of fire, maybe. They're very passionate about things. Maybe they're someone who like really stands up for a cause. Okay, is what I'm getting. It's like the light bearer, the lovers. What else? The Ace of Pentacles. This is new love coming in. I feel like it's on the horizon right now. I feel like things are kind of like, shh, right? Keep what's coming in to a minimum. Like, don't broadcast anything. Keep things to yourself. Okay? Because not everybody has the best intentions for you. Okay? Yeah, I feel like there's new partnerships, there's new collaborations, there's new like opportunities to create with new energy. Okay? Jeez, Two of Swords. All right. I feel like, yeah, this is the reason why you need to keep things to yourself, okay? Because there's energy out here that is green with envy, okay? Trying to create obstacles so that, and confusion so that you don't have a clear direction. They want to keep you confused, all right, and unable to know what direction to take. So, yeah, Eight of Wands, all right? There's messages that people are sending back and forth. All right, it has something to do with, regardless of what they sent your way, you still like were able to continue moving forward regardless of their attempts to get you off your path. There's this energy of like you're very protected from whatever this energy is that's trying to interfere with your union and you being in your purpose and spiritual authority and sovereignty. All right. But you have the support. It's like you use whatever this is and you create something with it. So it's like, you know, whatever logs they want to block your path with, you use these logs to build a bridge. Like you're going to take whatever it is, you're going to use it for whatever you need it for. Okay. So nothing's stopping you. You're very dedicated, devoted. You're mastering something here. Okay. Page of Cups. I feel like there's this energy of like people appreciating and connecting with what maybe you're working on or what you're doing, or whatever you're doing is helping others in some way. You could just be very helpful. You could be speaking the truth. You could be a divine messenger. I have the Tower here. So I feel like there is some sort of downfall or structure or system falling down. Something's coming to an end. Maybe there's some sort of like couple, group, past energies that are receiving their karma, and maybe whatever they built on false ground is what's coming down, and people are observing this. And I feel like you might have something to do with this in some way, and I feel like you're being recognized as somebody who didn't deserve what you experienced at the hands of these people or this situation. But I feel like regardless of what truly went on, you still made the best of it in some way, shape, or form. All right. And you were divinely guided. Okay. You're protected. This is the sword of truth. Okay. You are speaking the truth. Queen of Swords coming out. Yeah. You're in your most authentic self energy. You've got nothing to hide. You've made peace with yourself and your past, and you are co-creating with the universe. And you can say whatever you want to say because you say it with clarity, insight, your intuition, and divine guidance. This is like divine guidance here. Strong boundaries. Ace of Swords again. You're protected by the divine. You're a divine messenger in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so however that plays out in your particular life. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like, you know, anybody at any time can change direction. All right. There's no rules when it comes to moving in a different direction to become a better person. Okay. So you may be somebody who helps people when they're down instead of kicking them when they're down. Okay. Right. 10 of Wands. Yeah. There's this energy of like not holding on to everything of the past because there's nothing you can do with it. There's this energy of wanting to keep somebody burdened, right? Somebody wanted somebody burdened and unable to move forward. And I feel like they're the one that's burdened now. Okay. So I'm getting like, this is some feminine energy that is, you know, not in their strength. All right. It's like somebody tried to prevent you from moving on your divine path and purpose. They thought that they could create burdens so that you wouldn't be in your spiritual authority. They thought if they could steal this person from you, that would be your demise. It just made you stronger, more powerful. Yeah. Your spiritual teacher here. All right. I feel like this was a bit of an initiation as well. This activated you. So you see it from that perspective. That's the perspective that you have gained, right? Through doing that inner work, right? And going within and connecting with spirit. Like you've been able to realize like, I'm meant to help. I'm here to help. I volunteered to be here, to teach, to share, to guide, to support, okay, in all the areas of life, because this is information and experience that like you're able to connect with. All right. And so like you can help people put the burdens down. And I feel like there was energy here that, you know, was jealous of your light, and as a result, like came after you. All right. There's this Two of Wands and the Death card. So this talks about, you know, going through a major transformation. And yeah, you always have a free will choice. Okay. So I feel like the free will choice here that was made was to go through the purification process. Yeah. Ace of Cups. And you were replenished, renewed, refortified. All right. I feel like people fear this process. People fear you because of what you have been able to transform. All right. Yeah. Look at Two of Swords. Yeah. I feel like, you know, you must speak some sort of clarity that people are afraid of because you have nothing to lose. They do. And so it's like people might be a little weary about being in your energy because you can read them, right? There's some sort of like something that you're able to like cut through, right? And like be able to move past, all right? There could be blockages that may be an Emperor. Let's get more info on the Emperor. There's a strong like business here. I'm getting like somebody maybe you struggle with whatever you're creating. Maybe there's some obstacles here that people create energetically. Maybe this is an energy of you like overcoming this once this downfall happens, or this Emperor is the one that's in this downfall, but I'm not getting clarification on that yet, so I'll get back to you on that. Who's the Emperor? Well, you're emerging as a leader, potentially. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like the reason why people were creating some sort of illusion about you is because you were telling the truth the whole time, and this other energy was lying and deceiving and betraying and painting out a false narrative. And you're speaking the truth in something that you're doing, and you're doing it from a higher perspective, okay? An enlightened perspective. So you're being guided by the divine. You surrendered to the divine, and they work through you. And people may want to cloak you, hide you, prevent you from being seen, because at the end of the day, you very much could be whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, speaking out against or standing up against, or about somebody in control and in power. So I feel like whoever, you know, did things for the sake of power, greed, they're falling from grace is what I'm getting. This Emperor is falling from grace. I feel like all their lies are being exposed. The light is coming to expose this energy. They were playing a game. Two of Cups. All right, this Queen of Pentacles energy. I feel like you grew from the experience. I feel like you are emerging as somebody who's stable, secure in their own right. Abundant, stable, secure. I feel like there's something better out there for you, and I feel like you knew this the whole time, because this isn't love. Right? We have healing energy. We have positivity, vitality. We have, I feel like, a dynamic that you might have wished for is coming true, and it could be in a soulmate energy, a partnership that's destined for greatness. This energy is loving, caring, kind. They see your vitality, your light. I feel like this is after you experiencing a lot of heartache and betrayal from those people in your life that you were meant to trust, but you understand that this was all lessons that you needed to learn so that you could be in the position that you volunteered to be here for, or just so that you can help your community in some way, shape, or form. I feel like whatever pain has actually helped you to really move on with your life and potentially help others. You know, there is this, like, you've healed from this heartache and betrayal. People are maybe watching to see how you did it. Maybe this is what you're meant to share with others, right? I feel like there is this energy of someone holding on to the Empress and not wanting the Empress to go. But guess what? They're holding on to the past version of you. You're no longer there. You're no longer in that timeline. You're no longer in that reality. Okay, so they're operating from a place of a reality that you're no longer in. Okay, look. 4 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Someone is thinking heavily about how to get back in your energy and coming up with some sort of plot and plan. All right, and so, right, because they see dollar signs. Okay, they see a future with you, so they're trying to get back into your energy. I feel like wherever they went, that did not pan out. Okay, there is some sort of like spiritual laws that were broken here. All right, with the Hierophant and the 3 of Swords, especially against a healer. Okay, someone who holds God's light, someone who works with the universe. Look at all those stars. Look at beautiful energy. All right, so I'm getting like 7 of Swords. It's like someone's past is haunting them, and it's kind of like they have to try to get back into your energy, okay? Because there's something that they know about you now. There's some sort of realization about you now. They're also very burdened because you've healed, right? You may protect your energy now. They no longer really have access to you. But that doesn't mean they're not thinking about trying to get away back in. They could be praying or meditating or spell casting, trying to create some sort of narrative still. Page of Pentacles, there's this offer that they want to bring to the table. It's like, can we start over? Right? There's a bit of like, can we start over? All right. Maybe there's a half truth coming in with the 7 of Swords. Like, this is a snake in the grass. Yeah, new beginning, moving on, right? Like, this very much could be like there's an opportunity coming in that's going to have you move in a new direction. Therefore, like, there's like, there's a shutdown here. There's like a no. 6 of Swords. Yeah, moving on to peace. Protecting your peace. Like, you're not wanting to revisit the past. You remember what it was like to be with this person. And they create illusion, confusion, and lack of clarity. And so anytime there's that kind of energy, then that's not of the light. Okay, you have victory and success as it relates to you moving on and choosing peace. Okay, the World card. You have evolved. You have been seen. You are being recognized and supported for what you do and how you do it. And divine love is coming in. And you've reached a pivotal moment, and I'm getting like this is what it's all about. Like, you're going to be experiencing a brand new life with somebody who is going to support you rather than compete with you. Okay? Like, there's you know, wanting the best for you. Okay? It's like a lion recognizes another lion. Okay? And this is, again, like alignment, support, resources, congratulations, reaching a pivotal moment, celebrating it with somebody you love. Okay? Beautiful. Yeah, look at 9 of Wands. I feel like it's time to rest, or it's been time for rest. You've been resting. 3 of Cups. So I'm getting like there's energies here that are going to watch you, I guess. It's like observing something. It's like they can't, it's almost like they don't have access to you in the way they might have, so they have to watch from afar. Like maybe you're going to be seen in a larger way and they're going to have to sit on the sidelines kind of energy with, you know, Three of Cups energy here. I'm getting like they're going to have to watch you succeed because they wanted your demise. Okay. You know, let's see advice here. Twin flame for some of you, coming in or going. You know your story. If you need to know specifics, just book a reading with me. I have like a short version reading and a long version live, like one-on-one. So there's 2 options. And then when we do like full moon, new moon type work, which are also on my events list, we do readings then too. And those are multiple different type of price points. Here's your advice. Step back and trust your guides. Look at what's in here. Look at this card's not supposed to be in here. What's this? Karmic family members involved. Yours or them. So I feel like they worked with others to create some sort of demise for you. So they just want you to like disengage and remove your energy, relax, recuperate, pour into yourself, treat yourself. Because there are a lot of things playing out here. Okay. Interesting that card came out. What else? Yeah, again, like somebody's getting caught up. Okay. Someone's getting caught up. Like, and that's that 7 of Swords energy. Here's this communication, someone wanting to communicate with you. They want you to unblock them. They might want to confess. They may send a text or they may try to call you. All right, plotting and planning to try to get back in your energy here. Okay. All right, we have you're receiving a cosmic gift and blessing. It might actually have you going in a new direction, maybe traveling, having new experiences. Okay, getting out in nature. I feel like there very much could be an offer of loyalty coming your way. What's this? It's as a result of you gaining a new perspective and seeing things differently and making the changes you're guided to make. This very much could be at a distance at this time, emotionally and physically. Maintaining boundaries here. There is someone who is longing to be in your energy, and this is why you're being called to protect your energy and keep energetic distance here. Someone wants to redeem themselves. Twin flame. Competition, having eyes for another. Someone is just needing to work on their worth and value if they are constantly looking outside for validation. All right, somebody is, you know, wanting to take something to the grave, not wanting anything to come out that they don't want to come out. They want to control the narrative. So if something's coming out that opposes their narrative, they want to take action behind the scenes to create some sort of disturbance because they don't want to be found out. All right. Yeah. Somebody maybe married someone because they maybe have a pregnancy or there was a pregnancy. Maybe it was while you were married to them or engaged, or maybe they, like I said, maybe they married somebody. I'm also getting this represents like you meeting somebody and having a union and creating something new together. Birthing or blessing of something new or a new family member. So depending on the situation there, that could resonate. Then we have someone feels like they need to apologize for maybe stepping out of a partnership. They're still holding on to you. They don't want to let you go. So it's like, again, remember when I said, like, it's almost like they were holding on and not telling you or giving you any closure because their intention was to come back. All right, but you found out everything. And so now they're in a place of fear and they're overthinking. And they're like, what can I say to them for them to believe me? Right? There's this like concocting a story. Yeah, self-sabotage here. They're missing this connection. All right, there's been no communication is what I'm getting. If they're still like blocked. Look at, yeah, they're settling. They're always going to be looking outside of themselves for validation. Okay? And you deserve better than that. You deserve better than somebody always looking and wandering eyes and body parts. Like, you know, you learn the lesson. You learn that you're never going to settle for less than, again, that's the theme of this story. Not going back, karmic lesson learned. All right, y'all. I'm going to end it there. Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you on the next one.